Guys, ndiyagoyisha because ndiyozela, but nifuna i-content, so a girl must stay awake because umuntu works all day okanye kuno roommate okanye. Okay guys, so the title of this video is pretty obvious. It is the pros and cons of working on a cruise ship. Okay, let's start with the cons. Let's start with the bad, get out of the way, deal with all the good, right? That's just how I like to work. Hold on, I need to think that's a little bit better. So, the cons of working on a cruise ship. Okay, I mean, for me personally, like the biggest con, there's no church. There's no religious compass or any such thing, you know what I mean? So it's an issue for me coming from a very religious home. My dad is my dad is a pastor, you know, a bishop. So that whole thing for me is an issue, you know what I mean? Because I used to go to church most days of the week. Like Tuesday we had prayer in his presence, if I'm not mistaken, and Wednesday we had no, we didn't have a service on Wednesday. We had choir practice or something. Thursday was, I forgot the name of it, but we had another one. Friday was sometimes youth, if we had it. Saturday was just whatever. And Sunday was like Sunday celebration. Now for me, coming from that to zero is a problem. So it's not my favorite thing, to be honest. Now another con is this amazingly big room. Guys, this room is a shoebox. I can touch my wardrobe and I can touch my bed. That is not a thing I want to do in life, you know. That's definitely an issue for me because I like my space. I like all those things. Talking about space, you have a roommate. Now, I would not have minded a housemate, like an apartment mate, 2 different rooms, sure. I have a roommate, but obviously I know that like that's not gonna happen, so those are definitely like some of like the cons. The working hours are not the issue, like the length of it, but the times of it, you know what I mean? Sometimes you could be off in like the afternoon and start work at like 6 p.m, which kind of sucks because if you start at 6 p.m, like 6 p.m, you're working all through like until 1 a.m. in the morning, you know what I mean? Like that's like the one problem. If I could just do 7 until 4 p.m, I would not mind, or like 9 to 5, that's fine by me. But you're literally working at like awkward hours, or you work for like 2 or 3 hours, then you'll have a break for maybe an hour or 2, and then you work again, then you have a break. Like I think I've shown you guys the schedule before. Hold on, let me try and show you. This is the schedule. Obviously I'm gonna hide people's personal information and names, so hold on. So if you guys see this, like, can you see like all the like little annoying breaks you have? And like, I mean, sometimes it's not the worst thing, but it's also not something you want to be doing at like annoying hours. Now another con is, I mean, the food is not amazing. Today was actually good food, to be honest. We had a Mediterranean themed whatever. So we had a lot of, if I'm not mistaken, Egyptian and Turkish food. Now I'm not sure how Egypt and Turkey in like, no, those are 2 different continents. So I don't know where they met, but they somehow did that. And sometimes the food is not the greatest thing. So you will sometimes end up spending money on the food that you're not even supposed to be spending money on. You know what I mean? but it's not like you have that many like food options, except for, I mean, like the only real food like you could buy honestly is sushi, and then the rest of like the food you'd have to just wait for guest hours at the buffet. But the buffet doesn't have that many vegetables. Honestly, I feel like this whole ship hasn't got that many vegetables, because like you'll find a salad and it's drenched in mayonnaise. I hate mayonnaise with like my whole heart. So salad, I don't know, man. So yeah, I mean, there aren't a whole lot of cons. Oh, and the uniform is not that cute. Honestly, I mean, the only thing I like in my uniform is the jacket, and that's about it. And then with the pros, now, pros is that you get to travel, but you don't travel around the world. You travel around the world on different contracts or on different swing contracts. Okay, you don't just, the same ship takes you to Africa, Asia, there. No. If your ship travels from New York, it's gonna go, like, for example, New York, Miami, Nassau, Princess Keys, and then back to New York. You know what I mean? So it's not gonna travel all around the world. Like, for example, my ship on most days, like the like full trip of it, whatever, like schedule route of it is Jacksonville, Florida, and then Freeport, and then it's Princess Keys, and then it's Nassau, and then it's a sea day, and then we're back in Jacksonville. Now, it's not my favorite route. That's why on my next contract, I'm looking to do a swing contract. So, I mean, it's good for the traveling and seeing new places, because honestly, even on those places that like you go, it's not like you get a chance to get off every single time when you do get to that port. Sometimes you are port manning, which means that you are not getting off on that port. And then another pro is that you definitely do get to save money. Now, it depends upon what you do. I'm not really using this contract as a money saving one, because I'm focusing on church stuff and all that and family stuff first. Then I will start saving. And then after all that, you're going to of course, like, use your money accordingly, and you're not gonna buy a whole lot of clothes unless, of course, you're a person who doesn't mind paying for flight luggage. Now, I do mind paying for flight luggage because it is expensive, and I will not do that. So you certainly do get to save money, and it is a decent pay, especially once you've converted it. Is it the most amazing pay? Usually no. Also, it depends on what position you're in, you know. And after that, let's see, another pro is, besides like the free food, you have food everywhere. Depending on your position, you're allowed certain privileges. What are the other pros? I'm pretty sure I had some of these pros on. But yeah, you do get free accommodation, free travel. I mean, in some places, but it's not like a whole lot of places, you will get a crew discount on certain items, or in just certain stores in general. You will get a crew discount. And yeah, like, the company pays for your flights most of like the time, you know. And that's why in Asia and stuff, like most of like the people from like the Philippines and Thailand that are here don't get paid as high a salary, but they do get something to do with like housing tax and whatever. I don't know how like their whole thing works, but the company apparently pays for that. And you also do get a crew discount on your own vacations and cruises if you're just cruising as a guest with the same company, or you even get the crew discount for your entire family, which honestly I feel is very necessary, because guys, cruising can be so expensive. Okay, especially for example, if like you want to cruise for like 4 people, you could end up paying like $5,000 to like $6,000, you know. And I don't know if you want to pay $6,000 just for a cruise ship. That's like 70,000 rand. Now, of course, if you have 70,000 rand just chilling, do it. But now, don't forget that that 70,000 rand is just for the cruise ship. You have not bought the shore excursions. You haven't done the shopping on the islands. You haven't done the shopping here on the ship. You haven't done any of that, okay? And you still want to do all those things, of course. So being a crew member certainly does have its perks, and it honestly does like come with like so many like privileges, you know what I mean? So it's not all terrible, to be honest, you know. And in most departments, like, you do get reasonable working hours. You do get enough time to rest, enough time to do pretty much like anything, you know what I mean? Also, you do get to go to the guest restaurants, as long as you just make a request in due time, and then once the maitre d' then confirms it, you're pretty much just good to go, you guys, like, honestly. And like, it's a fun time, man. Like, literally, you can buy like most things here on the ship at a crew discount. Like, I got this one Michael Kors perfume. The original price was like $90 something, if I'm not mistaken, but then it was on sale. The sale had it going for like $60, and then when I bought it, it was on crew discount as well. So from 90 to 60, 60 to about 45, maybe $40. So I'm not too mad, because it is perfume, so I don't expect perfume to cost me like $10. I'm not trying to wear like $10 perfume, guys. It's probably just not gonna smell right anyway. So yeah, like, there's like a lot of things honestly like that you can't just get a crew discount on, and like, you're pretty much living for free and getting paid for it, you know what I mean? Like, of course, like, you have to work for it, but it's not like you're having to work and then pay rent and pay food and pay transportation, pay for your own uniform, and then still get a salary, you know what I mean? That salary is just yours, you know what I mean? So it's not a terrible thing that it may happen that you live on a ship, you know. Also, you do get free medical care. Now, they do have a medical center here. It's like a little clinic, but it's got a doctor, nurses, pretty much like most things. And then I mean, not most, but it's got most basic necessities, you know. So they do provide full health care and any such things. And especially if you get sick here and you need to go home, they will send you home, and they will pay all of the medical bills, even when you're not even here on the ship anymore. So if you need to get surgery, like your appendix burst or something happens to you, they're gonna fly you home in like proper like medical way or whatever, and book you to a hospital. They usually do book you to like private hospitals, because it's just a more secure and like, English has escaped me, guys, but it's an easier way of doing it, you know what I mean? It's just a more guaranteed way that you will get good care and all that. And they don't care how much it costs. Like, they literally will pay you. They gave us like a whole price thing or whatever, but as long as it happens here, you're gonna get it paid for. Like, the other day, I was so sick, so they ran some tests on me. I got injections. It was a mess, basically, but they literally pay for everything. And yeah, but in case of anything, honestly, guys, like, you learn so much. Like, you get free learning, you know what I mean? And if you can't speak a certain language, we have a CTC lab, which is something training center, I don't know, and you can learn different languages. You can read whatever books. Like, you can literally develop yourself, like, beyond just what you've been hired for. And everything is literally free, guys. Like, guys, when I tell you that everything on this ship is free, it's free, especially like when you're working. I mean, sushi is like the only thing that's like not free, and like buying a cup of coffee instead of just going to like the crew mess. I'm very fussy about my coffee, so I'd rather buy a cup of coffee. but I still get that coffee at a crew discount. So I'm not too mad about it, you know what I mean? So yeah. And in your free time, you can literally act as a guest. The only thing you need to do is just wear your name tag. So you can, so you can literally be dressed like this, have a name tag on, like just like this, have a name tag on, and you can literally do whatever, to be honest. And no one is gonna like question you. Like, you can sit and have a drink and just sit by the pool, do whatever. But with the pool, it's like a little bit tricky. Just don't go in there and like fraternize with guests. That's like the only thing you are not allowed to do, is just fraternize with the guests and get too comfortable with them. But besides that, you can do whatever, man. It's free entertainment, it's free shows, it's free comedy, it's free karaoke. Guys, like the shows that we see on TV, you can get them here for free. Like, you don't have to pay for anything. You know what I mean? You don't have to pay to be entertained. You can go to a party every single day. You can lounge at the beach. It's like being on a moving resort, and you don't have to pay for anything. Like, you've already paid for it by doing the medicals. Now, if you're a guest, of course you have paid for that. But if you work here, you're not paying for it. Like, they're paying you to live on vacation and work on vacation. So, you know, it's a fun time, guys. But I'm not gonna make this any more long-winded. If you have any further questions that I have not yet answered, do leave them down in the comments below, and I will definitely respond to them as soon as I can. And again, thank you guys so much for your subscriptions and your continued support. I really do appreciate it, and may we continue to grow together and just flourish and just do amazing things, man. And here's to another 400, okay? Here's to another 400. From my heart to yours, nothing but light and the love of God. Peace out, you guys. See you on the next one.